Hello! Welcome back to Press Play Action, Jersey Nerds Productions, Mitchell Lee, Brandon 2, Tommy Grant. Hey, guess what? We're talking about Steven Spielberg movies. If you guys are like, oh my god, can you please talk about something else? You might want to come back in October when we're doing the horror movie marathon.
Season, baby.
And then maybe come back around Christmas time because we're going to be talking about Spielberg for a minute.
Quite a while.
Can't blame us that this man put out so many damn movies, and they have been varying degrees of fun to talk about. We had to take a bit of a break from the historical, heavy-handed dramas, so we had to go back to the more kid-friendly side of Steven Spielberg for today's movies. That's going to be Hook, and that's going to be the BFG. Let's go ahead and start things off with Hook, shall we? Just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, because this is a movie that has been starting fights for years, because there is a very strong divide when it comes to this movie.
When I was doing research, I did not know how much hate Hook got as a movie because I grew up loving it. Everybody I knew that has seen it growing up has loved it. I've never met a Hook hater. So now learning that there's a whole community of Hook haters, including yourselves.
I don't want to spoil the plot.
Hey man, I haven't given my review.
There's a divide on this movie.
I don't want to give away the punchline, but you might be talking to two Hook haters.
Oh, I know. That's okay.
This movie has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, which for those of you who are not good at math, that's not good.
No.
It's just not
very low, especially for a Steven Spielberg movie, and a movie that got nominated for 5 Oscars. Now, granted, it didn't win any of them, and they were all technical awards. It got Best Original Song, which, okay, sure. It lost to Beauty and the Beast, which, shocker.
Yeah, no surprise there.
It lost Best Art Direction to a movie called Bugsy that starred Warren Beatty. And it lost Best Makeup, or also lost Best Costume Design to Bugsy. And it lost Best Makeup and Best Visual Effects to a little slice of heaven I like to call Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So,
is that also movies that we were going to be getting into?
We will be talking about that movie later this year, and spoiler alert, that movie is fucking incredible. I'm going to go ahead and give my grade for Terminator 2 right now. No, I won't do that, but I wish we were talking about Terminator 2 instead, but Hook is a movie about some fuck-ass dude, I don't know. It stars Robin Williams.
Can you
speak respectfully?
Can Tommy give the plot if you're just going to be this weird about it?
Well, let me give it's Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts, Bob Hoskins, Maggie Smith, who I just don't know if Maggie Smith was ever young. And this movie had a $70 million budget, and say what you will about, its divided fan base. It made $300 million. So, unlike a lot of the Spielberg movies that we've talked about, Amistad didn't do particularly well. People came out to see Hook. Maybe not in the same way that they would an Indiana Jones movie, E.T., Jaws, something like that. But Hook was the 6th highest grossing movie of 1991. Can you guys name the 5 movies that outgrossed
based on the Oscar
Hook?
results from before, I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say Bugsy was one of them.
No, Bugsy. That was the one you went. Bugsy was number 25. What? Bugsy?
Well,
out of all the movies we talked about,
so I assume that would be a higher rated.
Well, Terminator 2 had to have made some coin.
Terminator 2 is the highest grossing one.
What about Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast was number 3.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Silence of the Lambs. I forgot that came out that year.
Silence of the Lambs was number 4. You guys are doing great except for Bugsy.
Okay.
One of them you will not get, I promise.
I'm looking at 91 Films Point Break. No, that was not good.
The 1991 Point Break is really good. It just didn't make that much money.
Well, I'm saying not good enough to be top 5. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it ain't about quality.
Oh, okay. So that changes a lot if it's not about quality.
Well, I'm not saying that the 2 and 5 are bad. I've never seen them. One of them we actually will be reviewing next year.
Rush?
What? No.
Just a guess? I don't know.
Rush.
Cape Fear?
No, that was number 12.
Damn. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
got
I'll
nothing.
go ahead and give you
My Girl.
No.
Just a shot in the dark there? Okay.
No. Well, you missed a shot in the dark. City Slickers was number 5, which you weren't ever going to get that. And then number 2 is a movie that we will be reviewing next year, believe it or not. And that is going to be Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, man. Blank that movie out of my head. I don't know.
Yeah. I've never seen that one.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, but we will be reviewing the live-action Robin Hood movies when we get into Ridley Scott, because he made one with Russell Crowe. But that's in the future. We're talking about now, and we're talking about Hook. And Tommy, since this is... Let's go ahead and take the gloves off right now. I did not grow up with this movie, and I think the excuse of... Well, you had to grow up with this movie to like it. For most movies, I think that that's a bullshit-ass excuse.
No, I'm willing to make...
I'm willing... Hold on. I haven't completed my sentence. I think that for this movie, I'm willing to give that excuse a pass, though.
Yeah.
For this movie, I understand it. I don't agree with it. I don't like this movie. But Tommy... You lead us off, since this movie is something that has been more of a part of your life than Brandon and I.
All right. Well, this is a 90s movie. What I meant by growing up, I meant like as a kid, watching this as a kid, growing up watching it. Like it was just one of those like household movies. Like growing up, it was just one of those like comfort movies you just threw on, just kind of have on, because it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't super intense. But it was just a fun movie to have on to watch.
Yeah.
It was one of those kind of movies. And of course, Robin Williams, who doesn't love Robin Williams? And he was a big staple piece of the 90s. And who doesn't love Peter Pan, the story of Peter Pan? So it was kind of a good combination.
Me.
Well, you know what, Mitchell?
I've always found Peter Pan to be unfathomably lame.
Okay.
And that may have something to do with it. This movie was starting from behind the 8 ball.
That might be a very big part of why you hate
I've
it.
always found Peter Pan to be just ridiculously stupid.
Now, can I just point out that the tale of Peter Pan, the kids' version is very dumbed down.
There is a much darker
the
side
actual darker version of Peter Pan is... I wish someone would write that movie, but I don't know if we're ever going to get it.
With how Spielberg does his movies, I'm kind of surprised he didn't go more that route.
He didn't try it? Yeah, he didn't try it.
Because I feel like he could have made a much different movie out of this if he went the more darker tone.
But he went kids
of the Peter Pan story, but
version, yeah.
And again, with the cast, that would not have played out well with a dark.
No, you couldn't have
a
done
dark
that.
Robin Williams. Yeah,
it would not have played out.
I mean, you could have, but it just wouldn't be. I feel like you'd be betraying the audience's trust if you went with a big, adventure type of movie with Robin Williams as Peter Pan,
and then it's just like, oh, by the way, Peter is like a terrible person and like kidnaps kids. It's like, oh yeah, this is great.
I don't know if this movie is necessarily for kids as much as it is like people that just had a brain injury. But I personally,
I don't think it's really a kids movie, but I mean, I think it's labeled as one.
Well,
but there's some pretty.
I definitely think it's a kids movie.
It's a 90s PG, so like it's more like a today's.
I mean, the guy gets shot stealing second. I think that was hilarious.
I love that.
No, that did get a big laugh out of me. I'm not as much as. Okay, I will say I did not hate this movie. I just did not like it, and I think a large reason why I didn't is, one, I just think the story of Peter Pan is stupid and lame, and I never will like it. At least I haven't so far.
I mean,
but also,
when I say fair enough, I just don't want to argue with you about like why you're wrong.
See, this is how you know that Brandon's known me for a long time. He's like, Mitchell's just going to go on and on about this shit. Just let him have it. But speaking of things going on and on, why the fuck was this movie 2 hours and 22 minutes?
So
that's a good point.
In your defense, I will admit that one of the two biggest faults of this movie it is way too damn long.
If this is an hour and 50 minutes, we're golden here.
Way too
I probably
long.
like the movie if it's
And-
good half hour shorter.
And growing up, I hated the first half of the movie. I was one of those, like, I would kind of just do other things, and once the second half kicked in, I would sit down like, all right, let's watch this shit.
It's a pretty slow burn first half, like a really slow burn first half.
And
I don't even know if it's like a slow burn as much as it is just like
just nothing happens.
it is.
I think I'm gonna
storyboarding
go do
to
something
an
else.
It's a very slow story building, and part of the underlying theme of the whole movie, which they definitely push hard in the first half, is the whole reclaiming youth and showing how, Peter Pan basically grew up and now he's this workaholic, pays no attention to his kids, has a troubled marriage.
Provides for his family.
Yes, but he's
Oh,
also
boo hoo.
Okay, I do have to say that him missing the kids' baseball game, kind of lame. I mean, very lame workaholic.
So watching this again now as a parent, like, I haven't watched this movie in a long time, but coming back from watching it now from a different point of view,
from a parent's point of view,
I'm like, I would never, ever, ever want to be that parent that's all about work and doesn't show up for his kids, and when he does, he's just a dick to them the entire time.
Yeah,
like, constantly yelling at his kids. He's constantly on the phone. Like, I would never want to be that parent. And that was kind of what they were showing. Is I think kind of in the 90s, that's kind of how it was. Like, I know my parents
yelling at his kids.
No, not yelling.
I mean, his kids were kind of awful.
He was stern with them, I guess. I don't know.
They want his attention. They don't see him at all. And it's
kids
like
throwing the baseball off the airplane and shit. I'm like,
well, that was
I beat this kid's ass.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Those were more cries for attention. He wanted to play with his father, and his father had no time for him.
The best is when the oxygen mask drops down and hits him in the face. Yeah, this is good.
But that aside,
chuckles through the movie. There's chuckles.
They also did the crime of having Maggie Smith be such a small role in this movie. I feel like they could have played her role a little bit bigger.
She's such a great
actress, and to have her in such a tiny role, I think was kind of a crime. But that aside, the first half of this movie is a very slow burn, and a lot of it could have been cut out, like the stupid elevator scene at the beginning when they do the little draw with the phones. That shit could have been cut out. We don't need to see that. Like, it's so stupid. But getting to the second half of the movie is where we find more of the Spielberg childish charm of the movie, where we have a lot of the fun stuff coming in. But another part of the movie I didn't like was Julia Roberts' character as Tinkerbell.
I thought she was awful.
And I believe she was nominated for a Razzie for this role.
Really?
I just don't think.
Look that up. I
just
think
don't
that's
think
honestly well deserved. I thought she was either miscast.
She was miscast.
Something.
I don't even want to hate on Julia Roberts. She was miscast. She's not Tinkerbell.
She's a great actress.
She's not Tinkerbell.
It's just that
also
whole role I just did not care for in this movie, and then the whole scene towards the end where she becomes normal size and
then tries to make out with him. Yeah, very weird scene.
Why was that necessary?
Yeah,
she did get a Razzie nomination, and she lost to Sean Young in A Kiss Before Dying. So I don't know anything about that.
Probably good for her because, I mean, again, she's a good actress.
Yeah,
just bad miscast. And then, like you're saying, there's probably 4 or 5 scenes with Tinkerbell you could just cut.
Yeah.
And the movie stays
I thought
the same.
she was.
And
I thought she was quite bad.
Yeah.
In this movie, I think that this movie is really like his. I agree that I think it finds its footing a little bit more in the second half. Just because 100%. I think that the stuff going on with Robin Williams is more interesting.
It's just more interesting.
And I never really got the. I think what would have been really nice is one, if Tinkerbell was a character that was worth any resemblance of a damn in this movie, but also if you got and maybe Tommy, because you've grown up with it, because you've seen it more than Brandon or I have, you might have a different opinion. I just felt like there was no chemistry between Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. None. I felt nothing for any of them, and I think that that's something that if that had been either built up or done correctly, then the whole movie would have been so much better for me. But because most of the movie our main character is spending time with people that you do not give a fuck about. Like, but he's done, like, for example, Short Round in Temple of Doom. If you had any of the Lost Boys that you cared about as much as you did Short Round and Temple of Doom, I think that this movie is a lot better. Granted, you don't have, as much as I don't like Julia Roberts, you don't have a Kate Capshaw like presence in
Yeah.
this movie constantly weighing it down.
So
But I would have liked that so much more if any of the Lost Boys mattered.
I think that was part of
So
what they were going for, in the fact that he was gone for so long, all of his memories are gone, and he was gone so long that they don't even recognize him. So I think that was kind of on purpose, that there was no real chemistry between them, because they just forgot about
But they're
each other.
supposed to be as it goes along. Like, once
Yes.
Peter Pan kind of starts to, regain that youthful glow or whatever the fuck this movie's trying to go for. Sorry, I sound like a real curmudgeon. I really don't hate this movie as much as
I
I'm
mean, you
making
did,
itself
but-
seem. No, I don't. But because I do think Robin Williams is good in this role, and of course he's really well cast. I really like Dustin Hoffman as Captain Hook. I think that the big two stars for this movie do so much of the heavy lifting that if they had some more chemistry with their scene partners as things went along, because I get that it's supposed to be a little bit more not adversarial between Peter Pan and the Lost Boys to start, but just kind of a confusion, fish out of water type thing.
Yeah.
But as we got further along, I never really got the vibe that he was connecting with these people.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Dante Bosco's character, is it Rufio, who just
Yep.
like kind of confronts him and is like, "You're not Peter Pan," and then like, I just that dynamic just didn't work. Like,
No.
and I like Dante Bosco, and he's been good as
I
like
think
Prince Zuko in like Avatar. Like,
Avatar, yeah.
he's really like he's good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's
I
Zuko in
remember
Avatar.
thinking, like, he's been good in other things, like what? Like the local car commercial? Like, no, apparently this guy's done stuff.
He's a really
never
good
guessed.
voice actor. He's a really good voice actor, and maybe that's the problem. Is like I don't love him like in this like a physical role.
Yeah.
I don't love him.
So I think part of
Yeah.
what made this movie work and not work at the same time was the size of the cast they had.
Yeah, that too.
And by that I mean it worked towards the end when they have like the big, battle of good and evil. Obviously, having a lot of people there makes it more fun to watch for a battle aspect. But when you have a massive amount of kids as the Lost Boys, where as in the book and the animated movies, it's usually a small group of kids, maybe like
There seemed to be like 30 of them.
10 at the most, and there was so
there's
many
like
of them
30 of them.
that's like you don't really have the time or the need to focus on any of them, because they're just there to be there. And same with the pirates. It's like you have this massive like town of all these pirates, whereas in the movies it's just enough to man a ship. Yet there's this whole town of people there, and there's no point in focusing on any of them other than Hook and Smee. That's like, why are they there? And I think that
did
got
y'all-
away from those performances and the chemistry between Pan and the Lost Boys, because there were so many of them. It was really Rufio and the fat kid that were like the two that they seemed to focus on the most.
Oh yeah, and I actually kind of liked the fat kid. He wasn't like
Yeah, he was
bad.
funny.
Yeah, he was funny.
I didn't care about him at all, and the movie seemed really convinced that I did.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, I didn't like despise it. I was just like, it's pretty good.
I didn't want him dead or anything, but
Well,
They
I mean,
used him as a human bowling ball. I mean, what's not to love?
yeah, what's not to love about that? I was just scrolling through the cast. Rebecca Hoffman plays Jane in the play. Rebecca Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman's child. So nepotism at its finest in Hollywood.
I don't know about
Just
its
kidding.
finest.
Just kidding.
but-
She's in like 2 things in like her entire career. So, and it's one of these. So,
The chemistry between Williams and Hoffman, I thought, was good in this movie. I thought their battle.
Yeah. So Williams and Hoffman are good. And if you told me that this was like up for an Oscar, I'd be like, okay, so Robin Williams got nominated. But
wouldn't go that
I
far.
also think the movie is like not good. So it's one of those like competing things where like I think Robin Williams is good. he's obviously he doesn't like crush the role, but like he's very good in the movie. But there's just like weird dynamics throughout the movie with him and other characters, and to me it just doesn't work. And I think that's where I like land on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I like don't like Dustin Hoffman's character as Hook, because I think he's good, but like, okay, can we just like get this out of the way? What is with the scene with the gun and Smee in that whole scene? Can someone explain that scene to me? Because that scene should not be in a children's story, first of all, and then second, it was like he was trying to make a joke or something. I don't really understand what was going on with that scene. If y'all know what I'm talking about, I can like get a little bit more detailed if we need to, but
They don't remember at this point.
it was the one where he's like, I'm about to shoot myself. He's like, okay, now stop me, Smee. And then like it was
No,
like,
that
what
was
do we
just
do?
odd.
It was an odd scene, and I was trying to figure out why Spielberg even had it in there. Like it was an odd scene. It's towards like the first part of the
I
movie.
think it
Like
has to do like I don't know what the point of it was, but there was a lot of strange quotes between Pan and Hook about
or Hook and Smee about Pan. Yeah, it's just like,
well, like no, like they would say quotes to each other, like I can't think of anything verbatim, but like basically like life is adventure, or death is just the beginning. Like a lot of very strange life and death quotes,
right,
and then
yeah.
those scenes in there where he's basically stop me from killing myself. Like,
Yeah, he's like,
there
oh, I
was a
need
weird-
death.
There was a weird thing that Spielberg had going on in this film that I don't know what the reason for was, because it
Right.
doesn't fit with the movie. But
I almost would want to ask him like why he included like these quotes in that scene. Like it's just we're saying it's a kids movie.
my
And
theory, my
it doesn't
weird
feel like a
theory
kid's
with
movie.
how Peter Pan's land worked is that he can't die because they're all basically immortal there, and he's just stuck as an old man.
Oh,
I think that like in seeing Peter Pan, his adversary, grow up, and he's not able to really age at this point.
he's like, oh no,
And
like
he can't really leave. Or maybe he is able to leave. They never really explained how he was able to leave, but just I
okay,
think
so that's another part of it.
his whole mission in life was killing Pan, and now
Right.
that he sees Pan as this old, washed-up man who basically has lived a life, and he's just
Sure.
like, well, I have nothing else to live for now, because my whole point in life was basically to kill Peter Pan, and now that's kind of over.
There's nothing to live.
That's
yeah, yeah.
stupid.
Well,
It-
it just
yes, that's what
it
I'm
just
saying.
seems crazy.
I think that's
It
what they were
seems crazy.
going for with that concept.
So that's one other thing you brought up, and I think it's important to talk about. They don't explain why he just grows up and he leaves Neverland. Is that the whole point about Peter Pan? Was he doesn't leave Neverland? And so I just feel like that
Well,
was
that's
not
the-
explained.
Well, Peter
at
Pan,
all.
Peter Pan is able to leave. He always has been able to come and go from Neverland.
Come and go, but he never ages. Like he doesn't. He goes
Well, he
back
never
and then
ages
doesn't
because
age.
He never stayed.
So
and that was the
why
whole
does he
point.
stay now? Like that's part
Because
of the
he all of
story
a
is
sudden
never
he all of a
explained.
sudden fell in love, which was a weird concept that they threw in there too.
I didn't
Because-
understand. He fell in love with a baby. Like I was
That-
confused.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
this some
He
Twilight shit?
He fell in love with like a 2-month-old.
Because he always had the crush on Wendy, but then Wendy grew up, and he was like, "Oh, I missed my chance on you, so now I'm going to go for your basically."
See this.
So now
see,
I'm going to the
this
fucking
part of the
NICU.
plot. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
pretty
part of
much.
the plot is even like
and
weirder.
that was the part I really didn't.
I chose to
Therefore-
not let that bother me too much while I was watching it because I'm like, I missed something.
But now it bothers you the more you think about
Yeah.
it. That's
nah,
what I'm saying.
I
you know
think
what
I
I'm
might
saying?
have to drop my grade a little more on this if I'm being honest with myself and others. What the
Which-
fuck?
I will
Which
say I
makes
like
this
the marble scene.
dynamic even creepier though.
Yeah,
Towards the
it's a
end, when
it's
you
a
have
creepy
him and
dynamic.
Tinkerbell making out, and she was like, "Last time you left, like you never came back, so like now's my chance to get with you, so you can't leave, and we can be together." That part was just creepy, and then
Creepy
you
part.
come back to reality.
It's not
And
as
he's like-
creepy as I want to have sex with that baby. Like that's
Well, I don't think he was thinking that. I think he was just thinking in the moment, like
man
it's
by
Wendy's
implication.
child. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
So that was the aspect of the movie that definitely.
I did like the marble scene. I like the scene where they gave him the marbles and he
Yep.
brought him back. I did like the marble scene. Now, was it dumb? Maybe. But I appreciated it for at least
It was a
being
quirky
fun.
little scene that
I
liked.
liked it. Was it dumb? Yeah, but I liked it.
but that's part of what this movie is. Like, it's not a cinematic masterpiece. It's just a
No, it's not.
fun movie that's, just to relax and watch and just kind of have a
I
good.
don't live and die by Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't live and die by
Hell
IMDb
no.
scores.
Hell
But like
no.
a 6.8 stars on IMDb, it's not
That's
considered.
average.
It's an average.
That's average.
So Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe
Yeah.
people just don't like the plot, which
Hook is one of those movies. Watch it once all the way through, and then if you want to watch it again, just tune in about an hour in.
just skip. Yeah, skip.
Yeah, skip
You
to
know-
the cradle robbing part.
The,
you know?
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think that like
Skip to
people
the
really
grooming.
Hear
have
the
a
John
problem with the
Williams
cradle.
score, once you hear the John Williams score really kick in when he becomes
Oh,
Peter
that's so
Pan,
true.
and
John
it's
Williams.
flying around, like, I love that scene every time.
Okay.
I don't care what you say. That's a fun.
So
No, that's fair.
I love the score, but I didn't feel John Williams' score like coming out in this movie.
No,
Personally.
but those couple scenes.
It came out in moments, but like John Williams got an Oscar nomination this year, but it was for JFK.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
not. By the way, Beauty and the Beast won Best Original Score.
Was that
That
also
year,
him?
so-
That was not him, right?
I mean,
No,
I'm not-
that was
particular
Alan Menken.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm ready to grade this. It's not gonna be Mitchell. I'm just gonna come out and say it. It's not gonna be an F, but
Of
it
course
is
not.
not a good movie.
where are you
You
at?
want me
Are
to
you-
give mine
you're-
first?
I feel like you're going to be higher than me or lower than me.
I mean, I know I'm the highest, so
I'm
Well,
going.
yeah, I feel like
I'm
we should let
going-
Tommy go first.
Yeah, Tommy,
Get
go
the
first.
positives.
I'll set this
I
out
want
on my
B
bar.
pluses here.
No, that's pretty much it. It's for me. It's a B plus.
Okay. All right. 80.
Okay. Damn.
Okay. I am going D minus 98.9.
Oh damn. I'm not anywhere near that low.
I didn't think it was good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am gonna have to drop my grade a little bit now that I fully understand
Now that
The
we've talked about
plot-
the aspects of it,
that because I was like, surely,
Maybe that's why people. Maybe that's
maybe
why
I
the Rotten
blinked.
Tomatoes is low. Maybe that's why it's low.
nah, the concept of grooming was much more widely accepted in the early '90s, so I can't imagine that was it. Hey, you guys
Sure.
know it's true.
Sure.
Just get it
I,
rolling.
wa-
Just
I,
keep
I
going.
wasn't around back then.
Keep going.
I'm going with a D plus, 31.39%.
ouch. Okay.
Uh,
I mean,
I
D
was-
plus. I can't believe I was at a D. I mean, D minus. I strongly believe D minus.
you have hatred for this
No,
thing.
no.
See,
I don't have hatred. I don't have
no,
hatred.
D minus is hatred. I don't
It's
care
one
what
of-
you say.
It's one of those like D minuses where like I respect it,
I'm
but
sorry.
like,
I
that
could
is not
never
a fucking
give.
D minus.
I could never give Robin Williams and Maggie Smith a D minus.
okay.
Oh, I can.
Well,
I-
I think Robin Williams drags it from the corpse of an F to a D minus. So the issue.
No, Brandon, I don't care what you have to say. D minus is hatred.
Okay, that's fine. I will
That's
say
hatred.
it's a D minus 98.9, so it's not like it's that low of a D minus. It's very close. to a
Brandon,
D.
do you know what I gave a D minus in the 90s?
I need to know.
Joker 2.
Okay, yeah.
So,
fair.
like, come on. That's hatred.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Robin Williams dragged it from the depths of an F to
Very
D
fair.
minus,
If we got a weaker lead performance, we could have had some
I
really
did like the
low
baseball
grades
scene.
here.
I think the baseball scene also brought it up like 50 points. The baseball scene was really
Damn.
well done. I mean,
Brought
talk
it up from a
about
D minus to a D minus.
pop time. I
That
mean,
was such a
he
great
popped that
lineup.
guy.
He's feeling second, bam, shoots him, and the Hook's line of like, baseball's such a violent sport.
If people who don't know, pop time is the catcher throwing down to second. So that was immediately the joke I was thinking of. Is man, that pop time was fast.
I'm glad you guys like that scene because I was like, I feel like this is a scene they're gonna shit on, but I was like, I always
No, it was a
No.
good scene. It
No,
was a good scene.
that was funny.
Also,
that
when they
got a
had
good laugh
run
out of me.
home, Jack, and it was like, turn it around. It's over, Jack.
Nah, that was stupid. All right, well,
So let's
speaking
fast forward to 25 years later.
Speaking
The movie
speaking of
will-
stupid, I mean, oh fuck, never mind. Let me not potentially spoil things. We're talking about the big fucking garbage. I mean, big friendly giant, the BFG, directed by Steven Spielberg, based on a Roald Dahl book. I know Brandon was excited slash
I
not
read this book
excited.
Good
quite a few
offer.
times as a kid.
Good author.
This came out on July 1st of 2016. I did see this one in the theaters.
Ugh.
I will not lie to you. I did not finish it in the theaters.
In the theaters, you walked out.
I walked out with about 20 minutes to go, and man, I missed out on some bullshit. I remember watching this going,
This
what
is
the
like
fuck?
Phantom Thread.
I walked out right when this movie just started spinning in its seat, going, you know, like it just lost its damn mind. I had no idea where this was going to go, but summer 2016 release, Mark Rylance, hot off a Oscar win for Bridge of Spies, which we will be reviewing, as that is a Spielberg movie down the line.
Yep.
Ruby Barnhill plays
Debut.
our main character, Sophie. As far as I'm concerned, grand opening, grand closing for her career.
She's a child.
And she's 21 now. Fair game. She's quite fucking terrible. Penelope Wilton, Jermaine Clement, Rebecca Hall, Rafe Spall. Man, I thought, speaking of grand opening, grand closing, I thought that Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom,
He's back.
man, someone saw this guy perform and said, hey, we should put him in more stuff. I'm glad we don't see him much anymore, because you want to talk about no screen presence. But this movie had a budget of $140 million, and it made $195 million. This was not a successful movie at the box office. However, this movie, again, it had a July 1st release date, and it shared its release date with two other wide releases that both beat it at the box office. What were those movies?
Oh,
the number one movie in theaters that weekend
I know this
was
one.
Finding Dory in its third week, which might have contributed to the BFG not doing as well.
The Secret Life of Pets?
No, that came out the following week, Brandon. But good try.
Legend of Tarzan or Star Trek Beyond?
Legend of Tarzan was number 2 that week.
Oh, The Purge election year.
And the Purge election year was number 3 that week.
I love the Purge movies.
Purge election year was fucking terrible.
I didn't say it was good. I said I liked them.
I will say, Purge Anarchy is a lot of fun. That is a really fun movie. The first Purge, decently fun.
We're
the Forever Purge, fun enough, but Purge election year,
we'll
that
get to
ain't
Purge movies at some point. But
probably not. But and hopefully not. But
Dang,
the BFG,
you don't want to watch the Purge?
God, hell no. This is a movie about some 10-year-old girl that can't act her way out of a paper bag. I mean,
oh my gosh,
a 10-year-old orphan, and she meets a giant that likes to fart. And can you tell I didn't like this movie? I didn't like this movie at all.
What is he called?
I liked it. I liked it less.
What does he call the farts? I forget what he calls them.
Like his happy jizz time or some dumb shit.
Zippy woo woos or something.
Yeah, exactly. This movie's written by a 2-year-old with fucking epilepsy or something. Like I just
it was a good kids book growing up.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good book.
But it's not something.
It's a good book for kids that can't read.
No, it's a good book. It really is. Like, I think the problem is you can't, like, Spielberg didn't go enough. Like, if you're going to adapt it. And I just don't think he did.
I just don't think.
What more do you want him to do?
I don't think it was the book.
He changed. Well, that too. I don't know if you need to adapt it, but
this isn't a 2-hour movie.
He changed he changed like 4 things, and it was like, why are we changing this? Like, I didn't love it. And it is what it is. But to your point, it's not a 2-hour movie. So why is it a 2-hour movie? I think
there should be like a rule in Hollywood that if you're making a PG kids movie,
it's got to be an hour and 30.
Be a tight 90 at the max.
Hour 35 minimum.
I'll
or
even
maximum.
give you hour 40. Hour
Yeah, hour
45
40
if you're
maximum.
really, really good. But yeah, you're getting 2 hour.
The bad guys, like you do
Yeah.
the bad guys, you could go 145. Yeah.
I don't like the way this movie looks at all.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't look
thought
good.
that the
Which
the giants didn't look. They looked stupid.
I think critics and people have said like visually it looks good, and I'm like, it doesn't.
I don't
No.
agree with that statement.
I'm like, where is that statement coming from?
If they made this 100% animated, it would have looked better as an animated movie.
There is an animated TV movie. I don't know if you know that. There is an animated TV
I'm
movie.
never gonna watch it. But the fact that you add the live action element into it, it literally looks like you put the kid into a green screen room,
Yeah,
and just had her act out her lines in
great
one day,
call.
and then just animated the rest around her.
Great call out.
Now she had an extremely tough task. I will give her that.
I mean, there's
She
just
was
not a lot of
young
material to work
actress.
with.
Not a lot to work with. A lot of CGI. However, that same year, Disney put out The Jungle Book a few months earlier, and the kid that they got for that movie was extraordinary when it came to acting against nothing but like tennis balls and green screen. And I really liked that movie. That movie had CGI that I could believe in and had those kid performances that I believed in.
I love the original Jungle
this
Book
did not.
so much that I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch the live remake.
See,
but
I don't have any love for the original Jungle Book, but the remake I really enjoyed.
okay.
So again,
So-
like I kind of went into that with the same kind of turning my nose up at it type
To
thing that
your
I would a
point-
Peter Pan movie.
To your point, connecting this back to like BFG, Disney had the blueprint. Like you could make a good CGI kids movie, and they just didn't do it. And Steven Spielberg is directing the damn thing, and it doesn't look good. Like Tommy nailed it. It looks like it's on a green screen. It just looks like a green
It
screen
didn't feel
movie.
like Spielberg's heart was in this one,
You
if
know
I'm
what it
being
really
honest.
felt like too? The very beginning when she gets caught in like the sack and he carries her off.
Yeah, kidnaps her.
It felt like you were on like a Universal ride where you're sitting in a little booth,
Yeah,
see everything happening around you as you're going along. That's what it felt like that first like 20 minutes of the movie.
I will say probably the best visual thing is probably the giant.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying much because I don't think it was that good.
Given the movie is titled
But-
off him, I feel like he should be the best looking part of the movie.
Sure, but I mean nothing else looks good. So yeah, I mean I guess they make the giant look okay. And I'll give Rylance this.
True.
I mean sure, but I mean I'm not gonna like totally.
He gave
shit
himself
on
to it.
Well, I also Rylance tries. And
But again, we're sitting here as 30-year-old adults criticizing a definitely made for kids movie.
Sure.
Kids are not going to give two fucks what it looks like. They're just
Fuck them kids.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This movie was not made for you, Mitchell.
He said Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Hey, man. Steven Spielberg's directing this movie. Fuck them kids.
Mitchell's there day one.
I'm judging this against Schindler's List, bitch.
Do you know what? That was a movie made for adults.
Yeah, and you know what? This was a movie made for general paying audiences, and no one. This is a movie that should have made me
Mitchell,
feel
you're
like.
just upset that you wasted money and went to the theater to see this movie like a
This
fool.
was before A-list, Mitchell.
I did a double feature.
Not worth seeing in theaters.
I did a double feature of this and The Legend of Tarzan. And I didn't like either of those movies, but The Legend of Tarzan, I was just like, okay, that's just kind of mid. This I actively did not like, and I saw it second, and I was just like,
I can't believe
today's not gonna be for me. Like, I also think that like
I spent $14 on this. Is what you're thinking? Like,
I also think it was the 4th of July, so like, happy birthday, Brandon. And I think that KD just signed with the Warriors, so I was also pissed. So that didn't help either.
These movies stood no chance against Mitchell that day.
Right?
No, not at all.
They were behind the 8 ball, and then there was another ball behind the 8 ball.
And the fact that Mitchell still remembers
ball.
this just shows how much is burned in his mind. That this movie stood no chance.
They really didn't have too much of an option or
Giants.
too much of a chance. But this movie should have made me believe. And sorry for interrupting, Brandon, but I think you're going to agree with this. A movie like this, for example, like Lord of the Rings, that movie felt
How are you
like.
going to compare this to Lord of the Rings?
I'm comparing it
I
to.
want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Lord of the Rings. I don't know why it was just one of the first ones. Maybe because of like giants or
because of so
or
epic,
something like
it's
that.
Such an epic movie.
Because of
But
CGI.
it's a movie that every location you go to, and maybe it's because you see them walking so much, but it feels like a world.
Or maybe because they're actually at a fucking location.
Yes, that
because
too.
they're running through New Zealand.
But it feels like a world, whereas this is this whole giant country, and I feel like they just went around the fucking block. Like, I had no sense of
how big is giant country?
Hulk leaping through the goddamn clouds.
Okay,
Come on,
whoa, that was in the last 4 minutes of the movie, and I would have probably turned off the movie by then.
Yeah,
no, it was in the first scene when he carries her off. You see him just jumping.
I guess he was leaping.
Clouds.
Yeah, good point. But still,
there's a whole 10-minute sequence of him just running and jumping through shit.
Yeah, but then they just kind of like run errands back to like town, and I'm like, this feels like. Again, it just feels like you went like
a country, not a
not a very flawed movie.
Also,
almost like this movie's bad.
I'm just gonna say it's a good book. Should not be adapted.
It's on a must-read kid book growing up.
I agree, Mitchell. If you like James and the Giant Peach, if you like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as books, you should.
Dream.
So wait. Have you read the book or have you not? Like, if you read the book,
I haven't read the Willy Wonka. I have read James and the Giant Peach,
and you just did not like it. Fair enough.
Well,
then you're probably just not a raw dog.
Probably not.
Guy. Yeah, you're probably just not a raw dog guy.
Yeah, so, and that was another. Again, this movie was behind another 8 ball.
This ball was behind another ball.
Yeah.
I have to ask Mitchell, at what point when watching this movie in theaters did you? What was the point that?
It's got to be 20 minutes. It's got to be 20 minutes in.
I'm very curious to know what scene gave you in.
It has to be when he starts making up like words. Mitchell was like, "I can't do this anymore."
There was a scene where I think, honestly, I don't even really remember. It might have been the scene where like the other giants like come in or something.
Can we talk about that? The other giants are bad in this movie, and in the book,
and I think I just hated the other giants so much, and not in that like love to root against them, but I'm just like, you guys just suck, and I don't want to watch you.
The other giants in the book are like menacing, and like you don't like them because you're like, oh, they're kind of like scary, and in this, they're not really scary. They're just like annoying. They're just there, and it's like, and they have these weird names like Flesh Lump Eater and Maid Masher and Butcher Boy.
Yeah,
it's been a very, very long time since I've read the book.
Child Chewer, yeah.
Their names in the book, or
no, it was. I think they took away Blood Bottler. I think that was the one giant that didn't.
No, that wasn't there.
They had Blood Bottler in there. Okay,
yeah, they had that one.
Well, at least they stayed true to the adaptation of that. You know, like.
Well, I think they. I mean, again, very long time since I've read the book, but I feel like watching it, I feel like they didn't change too much from the book. So.
I don't think it was like a lot of changing. It was just like the character
aspect. I think it was a good adaptation. It just
the character interactions were, I feel like, a little bit altered, but maybe that's just my opinion. Yeah. I will say they gave BFG a dark background because they showed the kid in the red jacket. That is not in the book. Like that whole backstory is not in the book.
Okay.
So again,
I actually liked that bit. So
right, Steven Spielberg just like kind of adds this like little flavor to it.
Okay.
And
so
maybe
I
if you
actually
add a flavor to a project that's more worthy of it, but I don't know.
Right.
I
can't hate his direction. I can't hate his direction
I can.
here. Well, I mean,
I
think he's behind the 8 ball
movie,
adapting this movie is what I'm saying.
I didn't know that this movie was going to get into the beekeeper territory. I had no idea that like the beekeeper.
What are you even going with that?
Because the beekeeper went so stupid.
Yeah, but
like,
that was good.
It knows what it's doing and it's so fun. This movie, because the beekeeper, for those of you that don't know, and I'm not really going to spoil too much, gets into such territory.
It's a Jason Statham special.
Wait, there's like a big reveal at the like towards not the very end.
It's like the middle end
before the like the last 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I love it. Why not? And this movie has a moment
They
like
just
that
bring
where
in the queen.
where they're just like,
they just bring in the queen.
let's just get the fucking queen to help us because she's so easy to access.
I mean,
let's
that
just
is in
go
the
to her
book.
fucking house. Sure.
That is
Why
what
not?
happens in the book. So I don't.
Do you want to go get the damn Easter bunny too?
But again,
like
I don't get how we're adapting. Like, it just flows better in the book. Like, it makes more sense. Whereas, like, in this
Because
movie,
when
probably because it's not over
really
a
makes
2-hour
sense.
movie.
Well, also when you're reading a book, you can make it up in your head as you go along what you want to see it to look like, and it has a different element of
Maybe
fantasy
she
that is
knows
more
the queen.
believable.
I don't
But when you see it on
know.
the screen, you're just like, this looks so stupid. Oh
Right.
God, why did I like this book?
Get him to the rear window.
Who threatened
Oh,
Rebecca Hall to
please.
be in this? Like,
Man
So, do we want to grade this?
she has
Dumpster
talent.
fire?
These giants are just.
Are we
Sorry,
ready to
what was that, Tommy?
fire? Are we ready to grade it, or do we have more to say on this dumpster fire? Because
Yeah, you want to grade this thing? I'm.
Please do. I got nothing else.
Yeah,
this
I might.
was easily
Steven, pick it up. Pick it
low
up, Steven. Sorry, I talked over you. Go ahead.
How dare you, motherfucker! It was a low. It was a low D minus, like 5%.
Okay.
I won't throw it into the F range only because they did have some good visuals in this, like CGI visuals. But yeah, and I would say the first 5 minutes of the movie was kind of okay, but yeah,
I'm not gonna be nice.
It wasn't low enough for me to be an F, but it was close.
If I hated Hook, boy, did I hate this movie.
This better be lower than Hook on your fucking grading.
F 88.8. Throw this bitch in the F category. This is not a good movie.
I have the highest grade on this movie.
Of course you do.
I'm surprised.
I love how you talk. I love how you talked yourself into like I'm a hater of this movie, and I don't think you are. Because if you were, you would have thrown this in the F.
You are a hater of this movie because you walked out on it.
No, but I watched the whole thing on. I didn't walk out of my living room. You know, I did.
I honestly
did watch the whole thing.
I thought about it. I thought about turning it off, honestly.
No, I watched the whole thing, and I do hate it, but I think that Mark Rylance is genuinely giving
I think he's fine. I mean, yeah.
A good effort here, and I don't know. I just couldn't hate it as much as you guys, I guess, but man, I still did. It's a D 51.29.
A D?
A D.
I think that's the Spielberg tax. You're like giving Steven some credit there, and it's just like you don't need to. You can take it away. It's fine. He has good movies. I'm fine giving him.
He does.
Tax. I didn't give it an F.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, maybe it's because I'm a raw doll guy. I don't know. I just hate them. I hate the adaptation. I think it's dumb. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe if I hadn't seen Mars Needs Moms 2 days earlier, and like the concept of bad computer animation had been ruined for me by whatever the fuck I was looking at in that movie,
I
would have been lower.
I will say this, and I want this to be emphasized. My grade does not reflect what I think about Rylance, because I actually think Rylance was like giving a good effort, like Mitchell said. So I appreciate his effort.
And the
Barnhill was not
actually looks like him.
No, that's what I was saying. Like that's why I think visually it like actually works, is because he actually does look like BFG. Ruby Barnhill. I mean, I don't know if she's anything else. I don't really want to speak ill, but no.
Some of us will go pro in something other than sports. You know, that NCAA.
She's in Jurassic World Rebirth.
Who the hell was she in that?
Brag about it, but hey, yeah.
No, she wasn't.
Additional crew, Miss Miranda.
Additional crew. Yeah, her career really peaked.
Yeah, she served nacho fries.
Steven Spielberg was like, "Guys, I got a perfect additional crew person." Hold on, producing this movie, I got a perfect additional crew member.
That I'm not surprised. Like, it wasn't like Disney would have a live action A Wrinkle in Time a few years later, and like if you want to see kid acting where it's
thought that was bad, yeah.
If you want to see kid acting where it's like, did we not hold auditions? Like, go watch A Wrinkle in Time. That's the worst kid acting you will ever see. This isn't that. It's just
Okay,
bad.
yeah. I will agree with that.
Yeah. That is like that's an F minus movie right there. This maybe it's just because when I play the comparison game, I can't work up the same hatred for this that I do for things like that, or like the Nutcracker in the Four Realms that came out a few years later. That was awful. Like, this is still very bad, but I think it just has a
Let's
few
just
more
put it
positive
down to say
qualities.
that Disney has had very, very little success with its live action in the past decade.
Correct. Unless it's got the name Pirates of the Caribbean in front of it, they haven't really had too much success with this, which is a shame because now they've just gone to, let's just remake old shit as opposed to even trying to do
Yep.
live action stuff. And they're making more money now, but at least like you would get some interesting looking stuff from time to time.
Yep.
Now it's just flat, generic, and yeah. Anyway, did you enjoy us bashing movies meant for little kids? Well, have I got something for you? Because next week we're talking about Steven Spielberg 2.5 hour drama movies again with
Oh,
Empire
God.
of the Sun and Always. Yeah, we took a bit of a break from it, but we got to get back to it. And after Empire of the Sun and Always, we've got Artificial Intelligence and Minority Report. Get back to that sci-fi Spielberg that I think we're a little bit more excited about. Then we've got Catch Me If You Can and The Terminal. Get some Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks movies, which, again, I think we can be excited about. And then Minority Report and War of the Worlds. You get Steven Spielberg and Tom Cruise. And maybe just as a little fun, I might ask you guys to also watch the Ice Cube War of the Worlds. Uh, ju-
I think it might be worth doing a War of the Worlds double feature.
be
I'd
just
be down for
because
that.
I have to talk about that movie with somebody. It's not good. In fact, it's whatever the opposite of good is. But it's entertaining and it's short, which the movies we will be talking about next week, unfortunately, will not be. Steven Spielberg. Maybe hire an editor or have shorter scripts, but come on, buddy. We can get back on track here. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.